Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I want to say something real quick. You know what I mean? It's a lot of conspiracy theories that's going on about Malcolm Jamal Warner and his untimely death. And I want to say that I disagree with a lot of them. That they say that someone unalived him. I think it was because of what you're seeing right here. I'll show you. It's right here, man. This is something that you don't play with. It's called Mother Nature. Oshun. It's high tides. Rip currents. This is very dangerous. You don't swim in this water. If anything, you get your feet wet. That's it. Other than that, look how high the tide is. Look how far up it's going. Look at this. So this is what I think happened. He got caught into that. And that's that plain and simple. And speaking of untimely death, there's a lot of people that's passing on, that's transitioning. And it ought to tell us something. That the ones that are still here, we need to appreciate life. We need to appreciate one another. And no, this is not a video on some kumbaya stuff, and I'm not trying to get the Caribbean and African and black people, you know, I can't even say back united. I don't think we ever were unified. It's not that type of video. But what I want to say is this. In a time of war, and that's where we're at right now, we need to come together. We need to settle our differences and come together to defeat the enemy that we're up against. Now, once we get him out of the way, then we could go back to our bickering. Then we could go back to our tribal fighting. But for now, let's take care of the matter at hand. Because I don't see black people taking over Africa. I don't see black people taking over Jamaica. I see foreigners doing that. China, European countries, America. So I'm just trying to understand, why are we fighting amongst one another when we truly are not the enemy towards one another? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Make me understand that. Make me understand that. At first, on the internet, it was the women, black women versus black men. They divided us. And I'm you know what? I had a conversation with the one that I love. And you know, we came to a conclusion that black women and men don't ever feud and fight like how we do online. This shit was all a plan to further separate us. Then after that, it was the YNs, the young niggas versus the old heads. And now, it's the Caribbean people, the African people versus the blacks. How is it that you can't see an agenda that's right in front of your eyes? Real shit. Like, of all the time in the world, they would specifically pick to divide us. A time where the beast is bruised. And what I mean by that is their empire is falling. And they know that. So what better time to divide black folks, Caribbean people, and Africans amongst one another, where if it weren't so, if we were united, we could just walk right in and take shit over. Because his empire is crumbling right in front of our eyes. And if we ever needed one another, just based on off of an economic level, we need one another now. You're not seeing a bigger picture. And that's the problem. And this is the reason why we're gonna always be on the bottom. Because we don't know our fullest potential. And we don't understand that we are a threat to everyone. This is crazy, all of this bickering and arguing. This is madness. And black folks, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm not trying to take sides. I'm not. But don't you let nobody tell you you ain't got no culture. I'm talking about black folks in America. Don't you ever let nobody tell you you ain't got no culture. That's real shit. We influence the world. Influence the world. We set trends and we let them go. We say that that's old. We create cultures and let them go and say that that's old. The Japanese and the Chinese are breakdancing. They spinning on their fucking heads and on their backs. We said that shit was old 40 years ago, and we moved on. What you mean we ain't got no culture? I've heard that. I've heard some Africans, and I'm not saying not all. I'm not saying all Africans think that way or Jamaicans, but I've heard a lot of, quite a few of them say that shit. We ain't got no culture. How? We got cultures. And a lot of you foreigners follow our culture. One of them being hip hop. That's real shit. A lot of you all, see, this is the problem with Caribbean and African people. Y'all don't do your research. You allow that melanin recessive man to whisper deceit inside your ears. Who told you that black people ain't nothing but slaves. And that's it. And they call us lazy. How the fuck we lazy when we put in over 400 years of work for free? We were never compensated for the work that we put in to not help build America. We built the shit. For all you people, whether you be from Africa or the Caribbeans, or from Central and South America, or these European countries, you are living in America because of us, all for the sweat, tears, and pain of the civil rights movement. That's real shit. What do you mean we ain't got no culture? Straight up. The North has a culture that's different from the South. The South has a culture that's different from the Midwest. And Midwest has a culture that's different from the West side or West Coast. And there's subcultures that black people have created. It's one thing that we ain't running out of in America. It's culture. We create that shit all day, every day. And that's real shit. And we need to start learning to appreciate what black people have contributed towards the world. And I'm talking about black Americans. And I'm not trying to choose sides. Straight up. I'm not trying to be biased. But it's a fact. It's the truth. And I'm not saying we're innocent. Yeah, we pick and we joke on Caribbean people and African people, but that's part of our culture. But it's never been a time where we rejected you all. Real shit. Look at our neighborhood speak for itself. The Italians sell Italian pizzas inside the hood. The Koreans or the Asians overall got beauty supply stores, nail shops, salons set up in our neighborhoods. The Jamaican restaurant is in our neighborhoods or in our hoods. Every fucking foreigner makes money in our fucking neighborhoods except for us. We patronize your businesses. We allow you Africans to braid our hair. Real shit. That's real talk. We put money in your pockets. We send your children off to school, off to college. We helped you purchase that fucking house that you bought. That's real shit. And this is the gratitude that we get. And all in all, while we sitting here bickering, arguing amongst one another, that melanin recessive man that's sitting behind the curtain is sitting there laughing. Real shit. And what they're saying, what he's saying, is little do these niggas know. This agenda that we created, they're following through. They fell for the bait. Now that we have their attention elsewhere, their attention is not on what we really want to do, what we really got planned in the plans. We can, get it going. We can get it popping, because the blacks are looking that way, and not that way. They're not looking at us. They're not paying attention to us. They're not paying attention to the politicians. They're not paying attention to the corporations, the backdoor deals and shit. They're not paying attention to the white supremacist groups. Straight up, the white nationalists. Come on, man. If anything, this ain't the time to be disunified. Okay, cool, we have our differences. And if you feel as though that black people ain't this, and Caribbean people ain't that, and African people ain't that, we can settle that shit later. Let's take care of the enemy first. Straight up. Because I don't recall going to Jamaica and stepping my foot on a beach and a black American saying, oh, you can't be here because we bought up this. This is privately owned. Real shit. And that's what's going on in Jamaica. A beach that you've been going to all your life ever since you was a little kid. Now you can't even go to it. Cause the melanin recessive man done fucked around, or the Asian man done fucked around and bought. I don't even know how you buy a beach, to be real with you. But fucked around and bought the beach that you used to go to, your family. You know what I'm saying? Used to be a family outing. Now you can't go to it no more because it's privately owned. Fuck out of here, man. I don't recall I could go there, man. I don't recall, excuse me, let me take it back. I don't recall black people creating fake cabbage out of plastic, or creating plastic rice and selling it to the Jamaicans, to the Caribbeans, islands and shit. Chinaman getting caught by doing some of the most atrocious shit in the Caribbean, as well as in Africa. But y'all gonna sit here and say that we the enemy? And please tell me I'm lying about that fucking plastic ass rice that they sell. And the fucking fake cabbage. You can see that shit online, how they make that shit. Real shit. And they selling that type of shit to you all in Africa and in the Caribbean islands. Black people don't do that shit. You got the wrong person. We're not your enemy. We're not. We didn't come to your island and to your continent and conquered you. We didn't. We are a race of people that have been conquered. I'm starting to believe, man, that this Asian man and this melanin recessive man really ain't even our enemy. I'm gonna take it back. The real enemy is us, because we're holding one another back. We are our own worst enemy. All that Willie Lynch letters and Willie Lynch, I don't know if that shit existed or not. All I know is that we're living out those letters. The old against the young. The female against the male. And now, the Africans, Caribbeans against the blacks. That shit crazy to me, man. Got the most potential. We put all our heads together, we could take on the world. But we choose not to. And that's fine. Either we gonna unify and take care of the real enemy, and we know who the real enemy is, or we gonna just go our separate ways. And if we do that, that's cool. I do want to let y'all know one thing though. I don't know about the African people. I don't know about the Latino community. I don't know about the Caribbean people. I just know that black people, black Americans, we gonna be fine. We gonna be all right. Because everyone wants to be like us. Straight up. I want you to name one basketball player that you want to be like that's from Africa, Europe. I'm talking about a true baller. Because last time I checked, y'all want to be like LeBron, Jordan, Dr. J, Iverson, Kobe, and all of them are from America. All of them are black. I want you to tell me who's your favorite rapper. That's an African. Top 5 dead or alive. All Caribbean. Last time I checked, it was Pac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Kendrick Lamar. And ain't none of them from Africa or Jamaica or the Caribbeans. All of them are from America. Y'all gonna start giving us our props. Next time you turn on a video game console, whether it's Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, know that it was a black man that created the first video game console as well as video game cartridge. I just found out the other day that a black man invented a fucking helicopter. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all need to do your research and find out just how much black people living, born, and raised in America contributed towards the world. The appliances that you use, the fashion, the style that you wear. We're gonna be all right, baby. That's real shit. With or without you. But I prefer to be with you. But if that's not the case, we'll see just how far the world is able to go without us black people. Was born and raised in a land that is erroneously called America. Get your facts right. Stop reading and studying his story, because he's going to give you his interpretation of what happened in the past. And he's a natural born liar. I get my information and knowledge from my ancestors. And that's real shit. And if my ancestors said that we are indigenous to this land that they erroneously call America, then that's what it is. Do your research. And that's real shit. And like I said before I get off of this video, I'm not trying to choose sides. I'm not choosing sides. But I got to just put the facts out there and make it known that Black Americans, man, we the shit. And that's real shit. Everyone wants to be like us. I see people in Africa dressing like 50 Cent and Dipset when they were in their prime. I'm like, God damn, they live in a culture and a lifestyle that we been let go 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. Don't nobody wear fucking long jerseys and shit and bandanas around their head anymore. And I ain't trying to be funny, I'm just being real. I'll leave you with this, man. They say Black culture is American culture. That's bullshit. American culture is Black culture. Reason why y'all dying to get over here? Well, I'm living in another country, of course, but I'm talking about in America, is because we made it great. If it's any race that's gonna make America great again, it's gonna be the ones that made it great in the first fucking place. And that's us. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. Out.